with no money at all, and now I'm gonna take y'all on my journey how I walked this up to a 7-figure brand and beyond. Check me out. First and foremost, I started this brand. I literally was in the halfway house, right? If y'all ain't familiar with the halfway house, I did over 10 years of my life in prison. I was on my last 5 years. Actually, my last bid, I was on 5 years, and I ended up in the halfway house, right? Let me go back a little bit more. Before I left the streets, well, before I turned myself in, for the time I had to do, I had a lot of clothes, man. Like a lot of, typical hustling, inner city, a lot of designer, a lot of stuff that, ain't really worth, nothing when you sit down and you think about it, like you don't care about it, whatever. But short story shorter, I had got blessed to get to the halfway house. And then the halfway house, if you don't know, is a place where you get to wear your street clothes. You know what I mean? And I ain't have hardly none of my clothes, man. Like none of them. Like, I had so many sneakers, so many clothes, all like designer, like high end. When it got time to, in the halfway house, you kind of get to show who you was. Like everybody, let me tell you like this, right? In jail, everybody you could be whoever you want to be. Everybody tell all the stories about how they was getting all this money. They was getting all this and that, man. You can't really tell, what a person was into. The closest thing you would come to like telling what they was into is their commissary, right? Or like somewhat if they was hustling in jail, right? I know some dudes that wasn't really doing nothing on the street, but they was still hustling in jail. I was hustling in jail too. I was hustling all kind of stuff, man. I was hustling, keep it real. I was hustling Suboxones. I was hustling, I never hustled Deuce though. I ain't like that crowd. For some reason I ain't like that crowd that Deuce bought. I ain't like it. But Suboxone, that was like my era. You know what I'm saying? That was like my era. So I was hustling Suboxone. Once that got too much, I started hustling tobacco. Once that got too hot, I started hustling my last job, which is my favorite one. I was working in the kitchen, right? I was in charge of making the salads. I make a mean salad, by the way. But I was in charge of making the salads. And we around salads, we around I cook for the compound and the officers, right? So I worked in the ODR, which is the officers' dining room. And we cook for the compound, like 1,600 inmates, and we cook for the officers. Now, the ODR food, the officer food, obviously, is different from the compound food. So we got to eat, street food, quote unquote, right? So what I did, one of my hustles, I flipped it. I started selling onions, peppers, real chicken, because the chicken that they serve on Sunday was everybody. If you've been in the can, everybody know Sunday's chicken day. And people buy chickens for $1. People sell their chicken, buy their chicken. It costs $1. So the chicken that we got to eat, the inmates, was different from the chicken that the civilians got to eat. So I used to sell the real chicken. I used to sell empanadas. I used to sell onions, peppers. I used to sell sauce. So that was my favorite hustle because I like cooking. But yeah. So short story shorter, I get out of there. I get to a halfway house. So now I'm able. I'm in my mind. I'm like, yo. I'm getting to this. Actually, we get to assessment center. That's before the halfway house. Now, the assessment center is you be there for like 60 to 90 days, sometimes longer. It's like they tell you which halfway house you're about to go to, right? So you get to the assessment center. That's like the spot where, it's like high school. You get to show like what you was doing in the street by your clothes. You know what I mean? It's like commissary, but it's your clothes. So I get to the halfway house. I reach out to my sister and my brother. I'm like, yo, I need my clothes. All I need is like 3-4 sweatsuits, Nike sweatsuits, and like 3 pair of sneakers. Some sneakers to work out in, a sweatsuit to work out in, the rest to just walk around in. You know what I'm saying? I don't need much. Man, all my clothes was damn near gone. All my sneakers was damn near gone. You know what I mean? So now I'm kind of like, I got some stuff though. I got some pieces. Like I had some pieces. So I wasn't really tripping, but it's like, man, I had way more. But short story short, I get to a halfway house now. Now I'm in the halfway house, right? And I'm in this halfway house and the idea hit me like, yo, you could start a clothing company. Because I see people like entrepreneurs. I see the young kids. I see the older kids. Like they dropping like t-shirts, hoodies, and they fire. And I'm like, yo, I could do this. Like I got style. So I decided to come up with a t-shirt, a hoodie and a t-shirt company. And I was, prior to that, I was like in correspondence with this person from my city. And we was cool, like we was cordial, like, you know what I mean? It was on social media or whatever. But this person was a stylist. So me not knowing nothing about clothes, I'm like, yo, this is my, you know what I mean? This is my first line of this is my point of entry about clothes. I'm like, they're stylists, they know about clothes. So I hit her, yo, how I want to start a t-shirt company. How do I, like, what's my first step? How do I go about that? Man, that person left me on red. I still ain't heard from him. It's been like 7 years. I still haven't heard from this person. But short story shorter, I'm like, damn, that was whack. Like maybe they, you know what I mean? I don't know if they thought I was gonna be their competition. What? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get into what I got from it. You know what I mean? But at the time, I'm like, yo, that was corny. Right? So I come up with my clothing brand, the name of it, whatever. It made sense to me. It made sense to my homies when I was telling them what unspoken meant. You know what I mean? And, you know, the meaning behind it and, you know, the brand behind it and all that. And it just made perfect sense. So I'm like, I bet, but I don't have no way of trying to get this started. So I run across YouTube, right? Now, I'm in this halfway house, right? Not going to work, I'm going to school. Now you got a choice in the halfway house. You either work or you go to school or you getting sent back to prison, right? Me, the jobs that people was coming up was having in the halfway house was appointing people to was like a dead end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know me, I'm like, yo, if I'm really going home to change my life this time, then I need to take it all the way serious. I know if I go work at this dead end job, yeah, it's something, no knock to people who working, but if I know me. If I go work at this job, this is just me like a startup. This is like a startup kit for me to get some more work to run back to the street. Even though I did not have I'm not going back to the street. But I'm like, I want to feel fulfilled. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be just working a job or doing something that's like, just, you know, nah, I ain't want to do that. So I decided to go to school. My passion was fitness. I had already got transformations down in prison. I already got transformations, like, you know what I mean? I already was known for that. So I'm like, yo, let me further my education on fitness, which is the body, anatomy, this, that, and my major was health and exercise science. Cool. That's how, you know, that's how I ran into, like, I was around computers and all that. That's how I got my first phone in the halfway house, all that. So short story shorter, I'm on you. I'm at school on a computer. I YouTube. I run across a girl, Milano. I run across Milano page, and I just clicked it, and she shared the same story similar to mine, but she was like, yeah, she's saying how she reached out to a person from her that she knew that was in clothes, and the person ain't help her. You know what I mean? And she was like, yo, I thank God that she helped me, because, you know, I wouldn't have been where I'm at now. Now, this was like 5-6 years ago when she said this. And from that point, I'm like, damn, that's tough. So now I'm binge watching Milano YouTube videos, right? So I guess the ad popped up or something for me watching so many clothes videos or whatever. An ad popped up. I run across this ad. It was called Printful.com, right? I see Printful.com, and I see like it's like drop shipping. Now I'm not really knowing about drop shipping. I don't know nothing about drop shipping or nothing like that, right? But once I get into it, I'm like, oh, it's like basically like consignment. So now I go back on YouTube, how to start a t-shirt company with no money. And lo and behold, it's basically connected me with Printful, right? So what I did was I go on Printful, I create the t-shirt, it allows you to pick the t-shirt. And this is not a commercial for Printful. Like, you know what I mean? It's just what happened. So it allowed me to pick what kind of t-shirts I want. I wanted quality t-shirts. It had me a lot of different quality, from Gildan to Jersey to damn, yo, it was my first t-shirt. I forget, but it was quality hoodies and shirts, right? So short story, so I get into that. I pick the shirts, I pick the colors, I design them on a computer or whatever. I emailed the mock-ups to myself, and then I posted the mock-ups on Instagram on my page. From that, people were saying like, yo, you sell t-shirts, you got hoodies, let me get one. So now I'm getting their money, right, through Cash App. So their money allowing me to get the t-shirts. This is pre-sale. I ain't know what pre-sale was. None of this is this is 2019. I'm still in the halfway house. I don't know what none of this stuff is, but I'm just doing it, right? So their orders allowed me to get their products, and it allowed me to like make a couple dollars too and get some more stuff, right? Now I got a P.O. box at the time. I'm gonna tell you why I got the P.O. why I had the P.O. box already. But I got a P.O. box. I'm in the halfway house, so I cannot get these t-shirts sent to the halfway house. I can't get them sent to my house because where I live is like 45 minutes away from the halfway house. So I would have to get them sent to the halfway house, have my sister hopefully bring them up. Then I got to meet the people at a certain time. It's like way too many moving parts. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just get them sent to my PO box, go pick them up. I'm gonna take them, put them in my locker at school. And then when people come, either I'm gonna ship them out from straight out from the post office once they get there, or people like people in the area, I'll meet them up and I give them to them. So that's how that's how I started my clothing brand with no money. I literally had no money, and it was basically what people doing now, which is they call pre-sale, right? I'm not saying that's how certain people do it, but yeah, that's how a lot of people do it. But I was doing that. So back to the person not helping you, right? I can name at least three important points in my life where somebody told me no, or this ain't gonna work, and it helped me, right? And I don't know if they was being funny. I don't know if they was just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know what it was. I don't know. But at the time when they told me that, it felt like they was being funny. But I'm gonna tell you this: every time them people told me no, or every time them people say, nah, I can't help you, or this is it, or whatever, or this, or we can't go no further than this, or whatever, it ended up helping me better than it helped them. You know what I'm saying? It ended up helping. I got at least three stories I can remember right now, because I remember the moment when they, you know what I mean? And I remember the feeling that I had when they said that. Or I remember the feeling that I had when they didn't respond. You know what I mean? So I know exactly. So so take that with y'all, man, every time somebody tell you no or they don't help you, man, it's really the creator helping you. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it all personal. But yeah, that's my little, real quick spill. I wanted to hop on YouTube. I know I post shorts every day, but I wanted to get on here and create some long form content to kind of get y'all familiar with me, and what I'm doing and what I plan on doing. I've been working at this, man, since I was in the halfway house, y'all. And a lot of things that I was working on while I was in the halfway house, I've been home 5 years, right? 6 years, it'll be 6 years, January 10th. And a lot of things that I started while I was in the halfway house are just now, I'm just starting to see them coming to fruition, like now. So every time you decide to do something, just know it's not going to automatically happen right then and there. It might not happen that day. It might not happen that month. It might not happen that year. But if you keep at it and you stay at it, it's definitely going to happen. It has to happen. It has to happen. You feel what I'm saying? So, don't take no so personal. That's it, man. A lot of times you be better than what the people can offer you. You be better than what they going to tell you. You be better than where they going to show you to go. For real. You just got to figure it out. So don't take it personal, man. That was just like my real quick spill for y'all. So I appreciate y'all for listening, man. Look, follow me on this journey, man. I'm telling you, follow me on this journey. I'm scaling all my businesses, man, to 7 figures and beyond. Every last one. I'm an online coach. I'm a personal trainer. If you catch me, you know what I mean? If you're in my area, I'm a nutrition. I'm certified nutritionist. I'm certified in everything I'm mentioning. I'm a certified nutritionist, right? I'm partnered up with the #1 nutrition supplement company, lifestyle company in the world, right? Also, I have merch, right? Now that person telling me or not telling me, and me binge watching YouTube and figuring out on my own and Printful and all that, led me to find my own manufacturer overseas. This is my brand right here, and I'm scaling it. Everything I do, everything I just mentioned to you, I'm scaling it to 7 figures.